Welcome back to Overexerted, a Disney Lorcana podcast brought to you by three gorgeous hosts. I'm Benny, one of your gorgeous hosts as usual, and with me as always is...
Heath.
James.
Let's go. So, we've got some fun stuff to talk about. Nothing interesting has recently happened, right?
No, it's been a slow week. It's fun. Yeah.
We've got some interesting stuff to talk about.
There actually has been a decent amount of stuff, and it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all.
Yes, there's plenty of great stuff going on.
Just nothing that's like gonna require us to talk for an hour about it.
No, not at all.
But how are you guys doing? I mean, it's been a busy time for Heath. How are you? Are you
I'm doing good.
Journey?
I'm only 3 weeks into my 3 months on the road, so I'm doing pretty good. I'm technically home right now. So does it count as home though if you're only there for like 1/10 of the time?
Probably.
Oh, Heath, I'm so sorry to hear about your wife.
Right.
You said you're home, but I just realized that you're in
her empty
Carl's house.
Yeah.
Heath's over here trying to make the whole audience cry again.
Right.
Well, I still argue the saddest 10 minutes of film ever.
He's trying to prove how much of the audience is robots or not.
Oh man,
Probably most of them.
It's so tough now going back where you have kids and your wife's like, oh, let's have a movie night, let's watch it, and she goes on to Disney Plus. She's like, let's watch something, and then she throws on like Up or like Bambi, Dumbo, where they're all being mean to him, and the mom's just like, oh, my baby
mine. Yeah.
And then anything new, like, I'm sorry, when I finally went back and watched and gave it a chance. Why can't I remember the name?
Encanto?
Yeah. I'm like watching with my kids. I'm like, oh, whatever. Yeah. Oh, okay. And then it was like I'm like, what's Disney doing over there? They're like,
there's some deep-seated trauma in Pixar and Disney, man.
Yeah. They're like, this one will get them crying this time.
Yeah. It used to be that Disney villains were just like, murderous and, kidnapping kids and all that. Now it's just my family has deep-seated trauma.
Right? There are no villains. The villains are the family members.
Yeah, and not Scar-type family members. Just, your family.
Just your grandma telling you that you're useless. Stuff like that,
Dysfunction and, problems. People not talking to each other. It's like, oh, wait a second. That's like the real world.
That's like me. Wait, I watch movies to get away from the real world. What is happening?
My coworker came up to me. I think it might have been just before or just after I'd watched Encanto. And he walks up and he's like, hey, you okay? And I'm just sitting there zoned out. And he's like, Ben, are you okay? And I was like, Encanto is about generational trauma. And he just starts laughing. He's like, that's what you're sitting here so deep in thought about? And I was like, the true villain is generational trauma and grandma not getting over what happened to her.
Yep.
And then my coworker's like, okay, well, I'm going to leave you to it.
He's like, I slowly back away.
It's just like,
all right.
Man.
All right. Enough sidetracking. That's enough for today.
Yeah.
On topic. We're talking Lorcana. So we've got multiple things to talk about today. We've got some collection quest stuff. We've got some, when are we getting new cards revealed? What's up with those puzzles? What happened in Denver? And what was on the Lorecast? That's a lot of stuff. A few of those things pack a bit of not generational trauma, but but a little bit of competitive trauma. But let's start with some fun stuff. So the collection quest at Disney California Adventure is ongoing. And in fact, even yesterday, both Steve and Ryan showed up at DCA. If you remember, Steve Warner was in Denver for the PPG event. Ryan was at Destination D23 a few weekends ago. So this is the next time we see him. Some locals got some pictures with them, saw that they were there. They went in and did the show and saw the show. And Steve actually got picked for the second Illumineer to do the little thing, if you know what it is.
If you haven't, watch James's. I was about to call you Dan again. So. James's video.
Yes, on the video, if you watch that, you'll see what the second thing is. So that's going on. And as far as the quest, we just got official word on the Lorecast, and then reiterated in a tweet, and I think probably on Instagram, even though I didn't see Instagram, just today, when we're recording this on Friday. The quest is ending at DCA. It is ending this weekend, probably on Sunday. We heard rumors a week ago or so that they were running low on supply. They were giving away a pack with every person who quested, and then you would be able to finish the quest and get a Bell promo and then a Beast promo if you were able to complete that quest. So giving away a pack per person is a lot of packs. If they gave away, this will end on Sunday the 22nd, the 21st or 22nd. It's the 21st.
21st, 22nd.
So if they gave away 1,000 packs a day throughout the run of this event, they would have given away 24,000 packs, which amounts to 1,000 booster boxes, which is enough to fill how many stores in America with a box? 1,000 stores.
That's like 10 iconics they gave away.
Right? Well, I got one of them.
Yeah.
It's more than 10 iconics, I think, possibly. Could be. Who knows? I know that a few people pulled one.
We're estimating between one every 15 to 20 cases. So I'm doing the math. I'm like, okay, 250 cases. So, like 15 iconics.
Yeah, but they gave away all the iconics. They gave away all the iconic cases to the content creators in the early releases. Don't you remember everyone saying that all?
When like 2 of them were pulled out of all of those. And my box barely had an epic at the very last pack.
Yeah.
Milo, stop being so cute.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There comes the damage, the physical violence.
Devouring me.
Okay, so the other thing that we found out during the Lorecast, one of the other things is that we will be getting Whispers in the Well reveals starting in October. They didn't say specifically when in October, just that it will be in October, which makes sense because the set's coming out the second week of November. And
so probably at the latest second week of October.
Yeah, because they're starting to do it in about 2 weeks of just rushing through the reveals in about 2 weeks. So that would make sense that somewhere in mid-October at the latest they will start reveals.
Yeah, but they usually sprinkle them in before the 2 weeks, right? They usually do
they'll do like
and then
they'll do like an early burst of stuff with like 15 or 20 cards, and then they'll wait a week or two, and then they'll slow roll for those time, a few here and there, and then all of a sudden,
like at the latest mid-October,
all the content creators will do all of theirs, and that'll take like a week.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and by we are getting reveals in October, we don't mean us directly. No. We as in we the community.
James. Let's not write off James.
No. Of course. I mean, there's always an opportunity for James.
But also there's usually a week and a half thereabouts, 2 weeks before the set's released that everything's revealed.
Yeah, it's about at least a week usually.
Yeah. So then definitely mid-October by the latest. If anything, that initial burst might even be like beginning of October.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. All right, keep going.
You're going to be wanting to focus on your set champs, and you're going to be just, a new reveal came up. Probably going to be at a set champs when a reveal comes out.
Hey, there you go. That'd be fun. The other thing is the puzzles, the Lorcana puzzles that were teased and shown and everything are officially available. I actually picked up the Amethyst and Steel puzzles at Disney California Adventure a couple weekends ago, and the other 4 are available places. They'll be available like at Barnes and Noble, maybe Targets, maybe Walmart's. But for sure, if you follow the link on the official website, they posted an article about the puzzles. They are available on Ravensburger's website. You can get all 4 puzzles. And pro tip, if you are a D23 Gold member, inside this year's Gold member kit is a coupon book, and there is a coupon to the Ravensburger website that should work on the puzzles.
Except
So-
it still sucks to ship to Canada.
Just get it shipped to me. I've
you
got
go.
a PO box. We're set.
There you
I'll
go.
bring it across for you.
Because I need that amethyst puzzle.
We're just gonna knock that off, Benny.
Oh, look! I just picked up a couple things that I ordered.
What do you need? Sisu's not even being used.
Right?
Yeah.
I was missing 3 in
Getting
my.
ready for infinity.
I was missing a couple out of a playset, so I wanted to take my armpit. I wanted to take a playset and put my 1 to 4 playset away for good. Put it to bed.
Nice.
This is now just going to be the next hour of us laughing at Benny for getting devoured by Milo.
I
right?
don't know what's up with him. He's got like 10 times more energy today.
You know, chew toys are a thing. You don't
Yeah,
have to be the chew toy.
I put
Get
him in. I put him in his crate, and there was a Kong full of almond butter and dog treats, and he devoured it, and then started attacking the cage to get me
So
to let
he's
him
looking
out.
for the almond butter that's inside you.
He wants the
Like,
liver treats.
tasty. You got a ravenous dog there.
All right, let's
No.
leave the rest of the Lorecast stuff that's relevant to Denver for after.
So that's roughly it of the quick news bits. The only thing left now is to talk about the Lorecast and Denver.
Let's start with Denver.
All right.
Let's rip
Denver
the
had
Band-Aid off.
the very first North American Championship Challenge qualifier. The player who wins gets an automatic invite to North American Continentals.
And it went off without a hitch. Good night, everybody.
So it didn't start real well the first day. They ran a smaller 5K with, I think it was close to 200 on Friday of the event. And in the second round, they did the second round. And then the Play Hub kind of just lost the second round and they had to redo it.
Was that in the 5K? Oh, I thought that was in the 15K. Thank goodness.
It was in the 5K.
Okay.
I
I was on a cruise at the time, so it's not my fault I wasn't keeping track properly.
So it was supposed to be, I think, like an 8-round or 9-round, and then they would top cut in the morning to the top
9,
8.
I believe. Yeah.
And then instead it was 8 rounds, and they cut to the top 16 and played the top 16 round that night, and then still went to the top 8 or the top 16 the next day. I don't know exactly how it worked. Basically, it was a lot of playing. It went all very long. It was a long day.
Yeah.
I watched / listened to most of it. There were some fun games. There was a whole bunch of Blurple and a whole bunch of Amethyst Steel, and coming up, lagging a little behind, but doing their own work was Amber Steel and Emerald Sapphire.
All right,
That
well,
was-
before we get to the results, let's go back and talk about the missed round here for a second. Because I think, for me at least, the critical piece of information here is it didn't lose a round before the matches had been played. And when they got it back, it wasn't the same that they could retrieve the pairings and just report the matches again. They literally had a full best of 3 match.
Mhm.
People reported their results, and it got deleted and could not be retrieved. So I can only imagine how on tilt I would be if I had won the fake second round and lost the new second round.
Yeah, which happened. A significant, a non-zero number of people had that happen. So
yeah,
it was not a feel-good kind of day. But they powered through. They made it work. They got through the event. But the thing is that you could tell that like between rounds, everything was like everyone was being very careful. The between rounds was very long. Yeah, exactly. So even through the 15K for the weekend, in between rounds did take a long time. And because the Play Hub was having issues still, they actually did go to their backup and go to a backup program after I think round 3 or 4 in the 15K, and kind of just try and come back to the Play Hub after a few rounds. And I don't know if they ever fully came back, but so the hub has issues, which is what they did cover on the Lorecast. They had one of the OP guys from Robertsburger on there who is helping manage the implementation of stuff, and they just talked for I think it was most of the Lorecast about the Play Hub. It was like for like half an hour, 40 minutes, something like that.
So talking about the top 16 or the top 8, or I guess it was top 16 for the 5K. Do we have the results from that one?
I don't have them in front of me, but I will get them real quick. I had the other one open.
Is that the one where there wasn't any purple steel, wasn't any amethyst
That
steel?
was the 15K.
Okay. Spoiler alert.
Even though
did you watch?
Show that there was.
Yeah. Benny, did you watch any of the 5K, like the Friday event?
I did not. I'm trying to remember what I was doing.
Okay, you got the results up.
We have one in the top 8. Emerald Sapphire.
Emerald Sapphire, yeah.
We have 4 Emerald or Amethyst Sapphire.
Yeah.
And we have looks like 3 Amethyst Steel.
Yeah.
And I think that was it.
Yeah, so no purple steel. Yeah, okay.
No, Amethyst Steel, yeah. Purple steel in 5K.
3 amethyst steel. No amber steel. Okay, yeah, it was then it was the 15K. Okay, so 3 purple, so 7 amethyst and 1 emerald sapphire.
And it was interesting. There was a young player, I think he was 14 years old, Ryan, who was playing in the 5K, and he did not drop a game, not a match, but he did not drop a game until the finals.
Yeah, cool. So these results then fairly, other than maybe the Emerald Sapphire, fairly well aligned with the last 2 weekends we've been talking about in terms of just the purple domination.
Yes.
Okay.
And then in the 15K, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but Blurple was something around.
I thought it was Blurple was
40, around 40%. It was like 7 something out of 300.
Yeah.
And then Amethyst Steel was the next in line, and then we had
for representation.
Yeah, for representation.
And then it was Emerald Sapphire, and I believe it was Amber Steel 4th.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. A lot of people switched over to the Emerald Sapphire because it proved that it could handle stuff. But because of that switch, it allowed Amber Steel to do better. And there was actually in the top 8 of the 15K 3 Amber Steel decks.
Yeah, even though it was 4th most represented.
And there was two Emerald Sapphires and 3 Amethyst Sapphires, and no Amethyst Steel at all in the top 8.
Yeah. Which is just 1 out of 4 major tournaments that it's been a no-show. So, I mean, that's not great for it, but I don't know that that's particularly damning.
Yeah. Basically.
One thing I found interesting that I didn't realize they were going to do for CCQs, because I know PPG and others have done this in the past, but I didn't realize they were going to do it for the CCQs, is that they were giving away buys for the 15K to, I don't know if it was just the winner or just, top 2 or whatever.
I think it was either the top 16 or the top 8. Like top 16 got 1 buy and top 8 got 2 buys.
2 buys and winner got 3 or something like that.
I don't know.
Anyways,
it was just 2.
Regardless, when you can start a tournament with 1 or 2 wins, right off the bat. So for anyone that's looking at these PPG events, and especially the CCQ, any CCQs that they do, go to the Friday event.
Yeah. And do well.
Right? I mean, yes, that's kind of the thing. So coming back to the 15K, I did see the finals, so I kind of get spoiler alert for myself. Watch the finals. I haven't had time to watch any of the others, but I managed to watch the finals. Benny, did you watch the finals at all, or are you aware of the outcome?
Nope.
Okay, Benny's just gonna stay silent for this.
Stayed silent for the last one. Stay silent for this one. I just get to listen. I'm a listener this week.
Benny is everyone. Benny is the audience spectator.
Interject the commentary as needed, Benny.
Yes, please do. But okay, so James, I'm presuming if you've watched this far, you've watched the finals.
Yeah.
What was your
watched the
impression
entire
of the
weekend.
finals?
The
Yeah.
finals were very good. They, since it's untimed, they of course took their time doing what they needed to do, figuring out their moves. Sky versus I think it was Doug.
Yeah.
And they played. It was Amber Steel mirror match,
Yeah.
and if you don't think that Amber Steel aggro requires brains
Or
to
just aggro in general.
or
Yeah.
and then you need to watch this final because it required a lot of thought because you had to figure out the lines, you know, the plays, the moves when you're going second with that, so you don't get overrun because aggro can just run away with the game and win by turn 5.
Yeah.
It was a masterclass in fighting yourself because they basically had the same deck.
Stop
I mean,
hitting
there was a few cards different, but it was very good.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I feel the same way. And this is why, you know, anyone that ever tries to talk down about aggro, I always, you know, maybe this is me being egotistical, but I always refute them because I'm like, I can't win with aggro. I suck at aggro.
Yeah.
I can do quite well with control and mid range. I suck at aggro. So this was great for me to watch just as a learning exercise. This is why I don't think I'm going to play it for set champs, but I'm actually thinking of subscribing to Sky's Metafy that he's doing because I'm like, I just love to see your insight on it, even if I'm not going to play it.
Yeah, it was.
I tried playing
yes,
aggro,
Benny.
and I tried playing aggro for a bit, and I'm just not sure if it's for me because I don't know. I just miss I already missed my Emerald Steel days. I already missed my Ruby and Amethyst days, and
I miss discarding your whole hand. Oh, those were the innocent days of yore.
I miss discarding your hand. I miss drawing off of my Johns. I miss looking across the table at my opponent who thinks they've got the game in the bag and just going, "Oh, I quest, and I exert 7 ink and be prepared."
I thought we were talking about Emerald Steel.
Oh, I said Amethyst Ruby as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I miss.
But
those
also,
days.
you just channeling your inner baker. Okay.
I miss those days. I've actually had people at the card shop, including the person who works there, going, "Hey, I miss Benny singing 'Be Prepared' every time he played it." And somebody said, "As much as I hate it, I miss it too."
Gotta
There
wait
was
for
one
the
game
end.
where I sang it 2 or 3 times against my opponent. It's just,
That's when he just knocks you out and walks out of the room.
I took Sky's list to my locals on Monday night and played it, and I did not practice with it. So in the 2 of the rounds, I did go 3-0, but one of them was a bye because we had an uneven amount of people, unfortunately. But in both rounds that I did play and win, I lost the first game because I was learning the deck and how to play it against the opponent.
Yeah.
And
in
so,
real time.
In real time. I have obviously I have played aggro before and I played those cards before, but still, you know, sitting down and playing that specific deck, it was like I was a couple of times I would be like, I guess I'll keep what I have because I have a curve, I have the curve, and I have good cards and I can ink, so I guess I'll keep them. But no, it's a very good deck, and let me tell you, those Fire the Cannons, when my opponent who is on Amethyst Steel plays a Cobra, and then next turn, boom, fire the cannons, just takes it out, and then he's like, he can't have a second one, and plays another Cobra, and boom, fire the cannons again. He's like, oh, jeez. So the fire the cannons, I think, is a very cool card in that deck. It's a hyper aggro, but it does have a decent amount of bite coming back at you to handle what it needs to. So I did enjoy playing that deck. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I find it filthy to play. I feel dirty, but also I'm not like, that's not a bad thing necessarily. But yeah, whenever I play like double Tiana or triple Daisy or something, I'm just like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. That's kind of how I felt on a couple of them when I'm like, okay, I now have like 11 lore on board, and I'm sorry, but you have a soul character that quests for 1 is like a 1/2, can't do anything to Tiana.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty rough.
I do think the fire of the cannon's also really important for the Emerald Sapphire matchup against those early 1/2s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
get them off.
Keep them from shifting Baymax.
Baymax or Clarabelle, keep the shifting away.
Yeah.
In talking with some locals, we all agree that, because very few of us played the aggro, but we all think that, of course, when you get to set champs, it's going to be half of the field, because everyone's just going to be like, I'm going to bring a deck that I can win fast, that is, a very good deck into most other things. Yeah. So it's the kind of thing where no one really wants to play it regularly, but they're going to bring it when they feel like it's necessary.
That could be it. Yeah.
So
I actually have a feeling that it's going to be a lot of blue Emerald Sapphire, or what's it called? Ruby Steel. I think Ruby Steel is going to be an underrated one. And I'll tell you why. Aggro, right? Challenge deck. If you think the majority is going to be aggro, and you come in with a challenge deck where you're just gaining lore off of challenges, you're taking.
That's how I won with the Emerald Steel last set.
Right? So like, people playing Mulan, and you're playing aggro. Oh.
Yeah, if you make a meta call, that's you got a fair point. I think in a DLC or something, not a chance. No. But in a set champs, if you've got the meta call that a good portion of your player base is going to play aggro, maybe.
Well, I'll put it this way: there's a couple cards I was missing for an aggro set, and I thought, okay, I do want to play aggro. Let's see, and then I go, oh, I'm missing a couple of these cards. But then I went and looked at Emerald Sapphire the other day, and I am missing no cards for Emerald Sapphire. And that feels pretty good. That feels pretty good knowing I have nothing to buy, and I can just go home and build that deck as quick as I want.
Yeah.
And just practice for the next month.
Emerald Sapphire is a deck.
I bought the cows when they dropped.
Yeah, when they were only like $10.
Something like that. It was $10, $15.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it's fun. I think something else that is being overlooked is the old favorite of everybody, the best deck in format for multiple sets. Someone needs to take a look at Ruby Sapphire.
Yeah.
There's still stuff in that can do a very good job. It's the only thing that you are now lacking in that is card draw, and there's a handy little card. If it is a challenge meta, there's a handy little card that's going to get you that card draw that was reprinted in Fabled, the Queen of Hearts. If you can get that thing to stick, there's plenty of rushing and plenty of challenging you can do to get yourself a lot of value. And you can ramp up to those big bombs. So you can ramp up to Hades and Maldragon and stuff. So don't count that out. That may be something that if someone figures out the way to make sure you can continue having cards in hand with that deck is gonna make a return, I think.
Yeah, and that's, I don't know. There is a thing of, yes, there are a lot of meta decks. Yes, there are a lot of decks that are going to be solid. But there's also that thing where there's one or two people who just keep trying different thing after different thing after different thing, and all of a sudden crack a code, and then everybody goes, "Wait a second!" And it usually happens about 2 weeks before set champs, and everybody goes, "Wait a sec, should I try a different deck?" And then Benny goes, "Wait a sec, should I try a different deck the night before set champs? Should I stay up till 3 in the
Stop
morning
it.
building it?"
Stop it.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Just build that Emerald Sapphire deck and just take it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna build. I don't know. I've got 2 or 3 decks that are kind of on my mind, and maybe I'll just roll a D6 and do 2, 4, 6. And
Now,
choose
now,
what deck
Somehow I'm
playing.
playing Amber Sapphire.
what we're really seeing though is the question that of what you're going to play is, did I pull 4 Dumbos or not, or did I buy some? And if I didn't, what else am I going to play? Because Amethyst still the reason why we have 70% of the field playing Amethyst is because it is the most consistent card draw. And when paired with Sapphire, it's ramp and removal. And when paired with Steel, it's removal. So
Yep.
what are you going to do? I mean, if it has the best card draw, why wouldn't you be playing it?
Yeah.
And you don't even need the Dumbos, really, honestly. Dumbo is just like a lot of people, the way it's being played.
Kendall would agree you don't need the Dumbos.
It's a win more. It just makes everything more consistent, is what it does. So, if you've got one like me, I'll throw one in to an Amethyst deck and be like, all right, that's what I got. I'll ink it early, make you think I got 4 of them.
I've opened 3 boxes and 2 troves, and I have 2 Dumbos.
Oh, you got more than me. I've opened 2 boxes, 5 troves, and how many single packs from going to DCA, going to Downtown Disney, going
True.
to League, all that. And one.
I mean, opening night, I opened 8 packs, 4 for draft, 4 for pricing, and got 2 Dumbos. So
My God, jeez,
one in the draft, one in the pricing. I'm like, oh hey, elephants!
I'm good.
I promptly sold them, by the way.
Oh man,
I've considered selling them while they're high, and then just waiting.
Well, they're staying high.
Oh, they'll stay high until after the DLC.
Crazy.
After the DLCs, they'll probably.
All right. We've had a lot of fun talking about stuff. Let's talk about the bummer of Denver. So
hey, you still haven't talked about Sealed yet. No, it's fine. We don't have enough time.
Sealed.
Everyone wants us to talk about the bummer. That's what everyone's here for.
No one's ever heard of this Sealed.
Masochistic. You just want the feel bads. I know it. I see you.
It's a bummer, but what happened is at the start of the top 4 of the 15K, they announced that they would be showing both top 4 games so that we could have tons of Lorcana to watch. We saw the first match, which was Sky and his opponent on Blurple. And then there was a bit of a delay, and then we went into the finals, and everyone's like, what? Where's the other match? And then the rumor started in the chat that the match, that one of the people in the match had been disqualified, and then it came out that that was what had happened. That was true. And we found out that David Nunez was disqualified from the top 4 by the judges, and there had been what came out to be was marked cards was the reason for I don't know if it was the exact reason given for the disqualification, but it was part of the process of the investigation was marked cards. And so the fallout from that was he's a part of the Forbidden Mountain team, and he has been a member of that for a long time. And he also placed second in Toronto at the DLC last year. And they were going to have essentially a live stream the next day discussing either it was on Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, I don't remember what. Discussing and asking him questions about it, and like, you know, basically like it was going to be some kind of like trial, essentially live trial. And that day that it was going to be early in the day, instead we got the announcement from Forbidden Mountain that they have parted ways, and that there will be no live stream, and that's about it. That's all we really know. We don't have any details on the actual disqualification, just what they have said in their announcements. No one from PPG or the judges have revealed exactly what had happened, just that we know that there was a disqualification. So it's a bummer. And I don't know. What do your guys? You guys talk about it.
Penny?
I think it's tough because, you know, you never want to see anything like this in a TCG, obviously, especially one that it's a Disney trading card game. Like, you don't want to see any you don't want to see any accusations of cheating, and then you don't want to see any cheating come out of it. Actual cheating.
Yeah.
But it just feels like it's starting to happen too often, where we've had top players get busted cheating. What is this, the third or fourth time now?
I mean, it feels like third major one.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's just really tough, but like at the end of the day, my heart kind of goes out to Dan, the Forbidden Mountain Dan. I know he's trying to build
team,
something. Yeah. And I know he's like their whole team, and especially Dan right now is trying to build something over there right now, and, you know, kind of improve the whole TCG scene, and kind of just build something around the team there. But then to have this happen, like, especially, you know, he how do I say it? He had his back, where he was saying like, no, you know, like we're gonna look into it and make sure, and, you know, we don't want to just throw out accusations, and we've talked to him. And, you know, it's got to be rough when you're in somebody's corner and you're like, no, there's no way this person would do this. Like, I know this person, like, and then to just find out, no, yeah, I did, kind of thing. Is like, yeah, I can't imagine that's easy. And,
yeah. I mean, right there with you. For me, you know, it was a bit of a rude awakening, where it's like, it's a lot easier to blast someone that you don't know, or that you don't know the people around them and the people in their space. Thinking of you, Rackham. That was easy. It remains easy to blast him, having been to DLC in Beijing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when this came out, I'm like, man, like, I feel perhaps more strongly that marking cards and that very overt cheating is significantly worse than the rule sharking, like, you know, just poor sportsmanship BS that Rackham did. I think that's still, you know, not acceptable and still awful. But I mean, this is legit, like, not in the moment, not like, hey, you know, I'm not necessarily the best sportsman. This is, no, pre-planned, meditated, and probably oft repeated. We've got documentation now that we've gone back, well, others have gone back and analyzed, and thus for the rest of us, we've been able to analyze and see from Toronto that second place win, that there was potentially mark cards going on there as well. So how long between then and now? At nationals, at, you know, every set champs ever, like, they probably weren't doing it all of the time. But this is where you mentioned, Benny, that it's becoming more, it's coming out more often. And I think part of the biggest problem is Lorcana does not have a significant amount of consequences in place for cheating. And that's a problem, right? When the incentive, especially when we're talking about prizing that is so significant, the incentive is so far outweighing the risk. Really, the only risk right now, it feels like, is community backlash. Look at Racklin. Like, hey, you were banned for the months where we weren't doing DLCs, and now DLCs are back. Come on back.
Right?
Right? Like, who knows what the consequences will be for David, if any. Hopefully some. But yeah, this is going to be a problem until we've got a more severe and punitive, quite frankly, system in place. You're going to continue to see it. So for those of us that want to play the game fair, that's concerning.
Yeah, and like if you look at the Racklin one, it's like he's back in Beijing playing the set that he got busted in.
Is it really? I wasn't paying attention to that much. That's too funny.
He's basically just paused the clock and gone back, and he's good to go again. But like you said, like the prizes, how much was a golden Mickey going for the longest time?
I mean, it's still going for
$1,000.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, if I had a lower moral compass, I'm gonna go, a light slap on the wrist and a bunch of money that I can then throw at, my mortgage or buying more cards, not having to work for a couple months. Tough choice. Oh no, I don't get to play Lorcana for a bit. Oh, well, that's fine because I won't have to work just before I come back to Lorcana.
Yeah. I'm glad you have a moral compass, Benny.
I like this game more than my job. If I didn't have to go to work for a couple months just to sit at home and play this game and go to stores and play this game, oh no. But yeah, you got a moral compass. You don't do this. I don't know. Yeah. I've never been a big fan of cheating in any aspect.
You're not a big fan. You're not like, go cheaters.
No, but like, I don't know. I remember growing up, like all my buddies being like, "Oh yeah, if you use this cheat code, you get money." And I'm like, I don't cheat in video games. And then it's like, "Oh well, let's go play Monopoly." And you know that there's that one friend that's like hiding bills under the board on his side, and it's like,
"Oh yeah."
It's like, man, I don't know. I've never seen the joy or the fun in cheating. It kind of eliminates the whole point of the whole thing. Like,
yeah.
You don't have any skill anymore. So how are you having any fun?
The worst thing is when someone does have skill. Like, I have no doubt that David and Racklin and all these guys are very skilled. So the fact that they are very skilled and still doing this, it's like, yeah, maybe you're not going to win that golden Mickey, but like you can still do very well. And you don't have to cheat. Like,
and that's the thing that's crazy to me though, is it's the skilled players cheating. It's not Bob and Martha at my locals cheating. No.
I mean, they may be. Watch out for that Bob.
I was going to say, watch out for Martha.
Martha just sounds like a name that you'd want to like.
Hey, you leave Mrs. Stewart out of yours. Yeah, it's these higher tier players that are cheating. It's not, you're not here like, yeah, you hear the odd story of somebody saying, "Oh, I'm pretty sure this guy at locals is cheating," but you don't hear about like.
Yeah, I mean, I think what it probably is you've got people that are skilled, but not necessarily quite enough to make that big jump, and they see the gap between their Let It Go and the Golden Mickey, and they're like, all bets are off.
Yeah, I don't know. If I was sitting at home, staring at my PSA Let It Go, or my PSA Golden Mickey, and knowing that I had cheated to get to that point, I wouldn't even feel good about myself at that point. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they feel awful, but yeah, still doing it. What do you think, James?
I agree with what you guys said. The prizing being so significant on the aftermarket with the lack of any severe consequences so far is definitely enabling those who lean towards those kinds of things. It's definitely enabling that within the environment of the Lorcana competitive scene, despite the fact that I would hope and I do think that a significant number of players are not cheating. I think that unfortunately it is a thing because people will look for a leg up in any way, and sometimes they will be like, well, if I think I can get away with it, I'm going to do it. So I think that we need to just take these situations when they come and just be that much more vigilant when we're playing. Pay attention to our opponents and what's going on around, and make sure that we are policing ourselves and our communities, and making sure that those kinds of players are not welcome.
Yep.
It's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
All around. It's just unfortunate that it happened. It's unfortunate that someone that had been a player that was a good player who had been to multiple DLCs, was on a well-respected team, all of those things, had to all happen. And, we had to have it happen at the first CCQ of the season, as season 2 kicks off in America, in North America, just America, because, we don't have any in Canada yet. It's just, it's just a bummer,
Yeah.
James just pulling that dagger out, putting it back in, and giving it a twist. The first one in America, because we don't have any in Canada.
Hey,
look, I still don't have one that I don't think actually I can go to Vegas, believe it or not.
Oh, I think Jared's going to Vegas, right? Going to Vegas. He lives in Vegas, but is attending the Vegas.
He has a ticket. I have a ticket. I bought a ticket to it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to compete.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do Tacoma.
I was thinking, here we go. We got the Citizens of Lorcana team getting back together.
Right? I'll go, maybe. But I'm supposed to be visiting family the very next, during Thanksgiving week. So it's just
Yeah.
Hey, family.
Lorcana. I get home from one work trip. So Tacoma, I get home from one work trip the day before Tacoma, and I leave for another one the day after. So I'm technically speaking, I am home for Tacoma, but no.
When did the tickets go on sale for Tacoma?
I think they might already be
For which one?
Tacoma.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't make it to that, so I didn't even look.
Yeah.
I probably should have.
Yeah, there might still be a chance.
All right.
Yeah. So
that's
going back to the Lorecast. Them addressing the Ravensburger Play Hub thing, because I think they almost got there in terms of what I'd like to see in terms of a response for stuff like this. They were almost there. Specifically, and let me just be clear, I did not watch the whole thing. Thank you, Jared. I watched the Citizens of Lorcana recap on Twitter. So if you also don't have an hour to watch the Lorecast, if you're also working during those times, James, then check out Jared's recap. Yeah,
which is on screen now for those of you who are watching on YouTube.
There you go.
So Jared
times I've been
does
watching
do a
the
recap,
Lorecast, and my boss walks by as it's playing through my speaker, and he does the "Oh hey Ben," and he goes to turn, and I'm quickly trying to turn off my phone screen that's balanced on my machine so that nobody thinks that I'm watching a Lorecast. They think I'm just running my parts.
It's called Earphone.
I seem to recall something about your boss watching this podcast. So
no, you will never. He likes cars.
All right, let's talk about the Lorecast.
The Lorecast recap. Basically, what we got is we had Alex Green, who works for Ravensburger. He's one of the organized play people, and he is the one who is working with Cardio to do the Ravensburger Play Hub. He's one of the, I guess he would basically be like a project manager overseeing what they're doing and helping to direct everything. But we had announcements of a couple of articles that are up on the Ravensburger website on the Disney Lorcana website. Frank Karsten wrote a Build a Winning Deck, 10 useful tips, which is very cool that they're getting one of the best players around to write an article.
He also wrote the pre-release guide for Fabled, so he's been on a couple of articles now.
Yeah, that's the one where he shouted you out, right?
Yeah.
And then there was another article by Rebecca from Rebecca Quests, and this one actually has a deck list for a Heroes deck, and as she points out, it is not competitive, but it is a Sapphire Steel Heroes deck that is pretty fun, it looks like. And it's just fun that they're getting both sides of the coin in here. We're getting some casual, fun theme deck going, and some build a competitive deck. Very cool. They announced that Brazil now has access to the Ravensburger Play Hub. We've got some CCQ announcements. Both were in Europe. No more announced for North America yet. We have Spain, Barcelona, and well, this is interesting. We have Bologna in Italy, which is the place for the DLC coming up in 2 weeks. They are getting a CCQ as well. Now, Italy has a very thriving Lorcana community, so I think it's and it can't be that.
It's also relatively central, so
yeah, it's a smaller country. It's not like it's not like it's a United States or a Canada where it'll take you a day to drive through half the country.
Well, I mean, also like all the people in Europe who are like, this isn't awesome that they have another one there. It's like, yeah, you guys can hop on a train and be there in an hour.
Yeah,
I can't hop on a train and be in Milwaukee in an hour. We don't have that over here.
No, not. They did post now. All of the CCQs are up on DisneyLorcana.com. There is a page for challenges. And it shows all of the DLCs, and then if you keep scrolling down, it shows you all of the CCQs, and there are links if tickets are on sale. Now, someone needs to go in there and fix the order of those CCQs because they are not in date order. They are in when they were announced order. So please to be taking off the PPG Denver because it has already happened. And unless you're planning to leave them up just for the sake of what season 2 entailed, but let's get these things in order here for people who want to see things when they're coming up. And then they had a whole long talk, as we mentioned, about the Ravensburger Play Hub, and if I would definitely suggest going to check out the clips that Jared posted because it's the highlights of what they get into and explaining about how. Like what happened in Denver, how the Play Hub itself was not crashing, but instead there was a problem with a file, and how they're planning to fix it, and how they're planning to compartmentalize the different aspects of the Play Hub so one thing crashing in one side of it doesn't affect the entire Play Hub. Things like that are what they talked about to make sure that as they go forward, every time something happens, they implement a fix that to where that just doesn't happen again.
Yeah. So interestingly enough, the file you were talking about was that specifically they were trying to import all of the registrants into the Ravensburger Play Hub on the day of. So if that, obviously there could be other things that come up, other issues, but that, because there's the big concern about, is this going to, be a problem with the DLC? Well, the DLC, they're controlling all the behind the scenes as well. And presumably they will look to import these registrants into the Ravensburger Play Hub before the day of, and would thus hopefully know if there was any issues with that. So at least that aspect shouldn't be a problem for the DLC, ?
Right. So we've got the bandwidth issue down. So now we just need to start working in detail on the software, which is what they are doing. and they are going to be having cardio and play hub engineers and everything on site to handle if they happen at the DLCs.
Yep.
So, and they're also, according to what we saw in the comments, I don't know if they announced it on the Lorecast itself, but I know that Rochelle posted about it at some point, either in the chat or on the Discord. But they do have a backup planned. There is a plan in case the Play Hub does have issues. So they aren't going into this and crossing their fingers and hoping it works. They do have something in case things go wrong. One of the other things they did is they have implemented fixed seating in the Play Hub for those with accessibility issues, so that you can stay in the same seat the whole event, as well as an ability to drop. They're adding in a way to drop from the event through the website itself, because right now I think you have to tell the tournament organizer you're dropping in order to drop. There isn't just a drop me button when the event is live. You can drop before the event starts, but not during the event.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I think that's it.
So I alluded to earlier that they had gotten almost there with what I'd like to see in situations like this, which is I think they've been listening to feedback because they own that it was their problem. They didn't try and lay it at anyone else's feet. They talked about what went wrong. They talked about what the solutions were going to be, and were fairly direct about everything. The only issue I had is they were again doing those verbal gymnastics to not, just be real about the fact that this was a big problem. Like, it was again the not ideal, that type of language. It's like, no, this was a catastrophic failure. Just be blunt about it. You don't have to swear. I'm saying it was freaking awful, but just be real. That's all.
You could just say, hey, this is not what we'd hoped for.
Yeah. I don't know. I think even that I would have critiqued, quite frankly, not what we hoped for. It's like, I should hope not. For me, it's like, don't try to dance around the fact that this sucked. Be real about it. That's part of owning it. They said we owned it, and so I appreciate that. But part of owning it is not trying to downplay the severity of it. If anything, overplay it to show that you're taking it seriously. Maybe not too much. Don't get hyperbolic with it, but come on, guys. Anyways, that's for me.
One way I would phrase it is less corporate, more human.
Yeah, more human. Perfect way of phrasing it. Thank you for summarizing my last 5 minutes in 2 words. Thank you, James. More human.
So just something like, this was less than desirable, right?
No.
I want to hear next time, though. I just want to hear next time we will do better. Instead of just we're working on it.
I think they said something to that effect, didn't they?
I want that guarantee.
I mean, I don't trust any guarantees right now anyway.
Next time.
They're not going to guarantee anything because you never know what's going to happen.
So
I mean, the next one. When's the next one going to go off? Or of this magnitude?
So maybe I shouldn't be asking this because it's probably not good to bring this whole hornet's nest out again. But is this Alex, the infamous one from Discord, or is that a different?
No, that was Rex. That was someone who works at Cardio, not a Ravensburger employee.
Okay, good. Because I couldn't remember the exact name, and I'm like, Alex sounded about it, but Rex. Okay, that's why I thought. Okay.
Yes, the we're fine.
Rex can go. By the way,
I think Rex has probably been reprimanded So
Considerably.
like,
I don't mean go as in be fired. I mean as in no more public talking for you, Rex.
yes, you don't get to touch the keyboard that's connected to the internet for a while.
Yeah.
Man, but you know what? Look, I get it. It was very, very, very poor, very bad that he said that. But all of the people who continuously use that to respond to whatever someone officially says when they're talking about the Play Hub, it's like, folks, look, the horse is very, very dead.
The horse is so dead. Oh,
So
it is beaten to a pulp.
we really, really don't need you to re-say what Rex said for the 14 billionth time. We all know that it's not working optimally. We all know that they're still working on it. We all know that it is a not ready for primetime player at this point in time. So, like, do we really need to keep saying that when already Ravensburger said, "Look, that person did not say what we wanted." You know,
that was a sanctioned post.
It was not a
Hey,
saying.
James, it's fine.
Yeah. Oh
So,
my god.
I don't know. It just seems like, man, the internet can just seriously just beat that dead horse. Just beat it.
I love this community, but I have noticed in the 2+ years that I have been here, there are some people in the community who can just be so petty.
I mean, I did find it funny for the first few hundred times.
Yes.
It's the 14 billionth time.
It's funny for a while, but then after a while, it's like, dude, is this the only thing going on in your life? Like, you gotta move on, brother.
And look, I get that you want the DLC to move smoothly because I was at Atlanta and that was not fun. Having all the issues with Melee that we had during that event. And you could see the same issues were happening at PPG in Denver because every round had, like I said, at least 15 or 20 minutes between rounds when you knew all the games were done, it felt like. And it just was not optimal, you know, whatever was happening. Like it felt like every round they were trying the Play Hub again when they had switched over to the other one. They were trying Play Hub again to see if it would work. Didn't work. Okay, let's use the other one because I think they were essentially contractually obligated to use the Play Hub as a CCQ. I'm guessing. So it's just.
I mean, I feel like one of the things to remember is that the benefit of having this tool in Ravensburger's hands is they will be more nimble with being able to fix errors. So in the short term, it might be painful, but in the long term, in theory, we are at a benefit to having Melee because Melee was slow to fix anything. So
yeah, this is Ravensburger's program. Yeah. They're the ones who are instituting all of the things. In Melee, it was Melee's program that Ravensburger was paying to use.
Yeah.
And so therefore, if they had they said something like, "Hey, we need this fixed," like, well, if Ravensburger is not the top dog at Melee, like Magic is or whatever it was, you know, who cares what Ravensburger says? You're like second tier, so whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But this time, you know, everything Ravensburger wants is top tier, you know.
Yeah.
But that there's still going to be a list of things that they need to get fixed first, and not everything can get fixed at the same time and right away. So
yeah,
it'll take time.
And I know I'm one of those people who is like, "Hey, can we fix this thing where I can't favorite stores?"
Seriously,
put me lower on the list. I'm fine with not being able to find stores except if I have to like search the city. If the rest of it is working better,
yeah, I'll take that a little further down the road. Just make sure it's on your list, please.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm fine being lower on the list with being able to favorite my store and be able to go back and easily find events if the tournaments go off without hitches.
Yeah, exactly. All right. That was a lot, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, we said we didn't have an hour's worth of content to talk about, and here we are, an hour. So I guess we lied. What are you gonna do?
I mean, at this point, they can just turn us off and not listen to us say goodbye.
They
I
could.
mean, are you assuming that they haven't turned us off half an hour ago?
If you haven't turned us off, well, good for
Please
you.
please get in the comments if you haven't turned us off.
And
If
say,
you've
hey,
made it
guys,
to
I
the-
didn't turn you off.
If you've made it to the over an hour that we're currently at, then congratulations. You're one of the top tier overexerted
You
fans.
get bonus points.
And because of that, just know that we love you more than the rest of them.
More than all those jerks that turned us off.
So like Heath said, if you made it to the hour, jump in the comments there. Let us know so that we can personally tell you that we love you.
Meanwhile, on this episode, 0 comments.
And I will shout out everyone who says that they made it past an hour.
There you go.
The next episode. Personal
All
shout
right.
outs.
Where can they find you, Benny?
You can
You
find
tell
us on our own personal Discord, our Twitter, X. I don't know. I'm just going to call it Twitter for the rest of my life. I don't like this stupid X name. And you can find us on Instagram. And maybe one day we'll even jump on Blue Sky. Who knows?
Or TikTok.
Yeah, I'm excited to do dances on there. Ow!
That's what people are
My
going
toe!
to say. That's what people are going to comment about.
Milo
Ah!
biting Benny's face off.
He bit my toe.
It looks so tasty, Benny. All right, we gotta cut
Okay.
this off.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Everyone.